Hi, counting the days or making the days count, you choose. And I must remind you that success comes to those people who refuse to give up. My name is Mary Margaret, I'm a financial advisor, and today I want us to talk about saving and investment and why it is important. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please take a moment and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. Um, the Bible says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. That is why I feel so much privileged to be part of your financial journey, to be part of your financial awareness. I feel privileged to be able to impact people money wise or in the field of financial. Many people are not able to plan their finances because they lack knowledge. All right, so today I'll not talk so much about the literacy part, but I'll talk about why it is important in the first place to set aside something for yourself. Because success, we've said, comes to those people who refuse to give up, okay? So number one, there's a money rule that says, save me today and I'll save you tomorrow, okay? That, I think that comes very well when you talk about emergency planning or when you talk about education planning. Save money today. When you did school fees for your child, you not struggle, that money will save you. When people are struggling to sell off their items or sell off their cows, you not be selling off something, you just be receiving checks from insurance companies because you had saved money earlier. So number one is because of that rule. We are talking about the importance of saving. Number two, most of us do not want to remain in the same, all of us don't want to remain in the same financial position as we were last year, okay? If that is the case for you, that is enough reason to be able to set aside something. Why? Let me tell you. Look at your salary. Let's assume you earn 200,000 or 100,000. You could be talking about 100,000, lakini hiyo 100,000 hata wewe unaionanga kwa payslip. That is because, and I'm talking about the net income. When the money hits your account, number one, people pay rent very fast because of peace of mind. Number two, you go for shopping because hautaki kusikia hakuna unga mid-month, sindio? Number three, you want to pay your house help, or you want to pay your utility bills, you want to pay for water, you want to pay for power, you want to pay for the takataka and everything. You want to pay for everything. You want to pay for school fees. You want to set aside money for your transport the whole month, your fuel, your fare, the whole month. So what belongs to you in that net income? It is what you set aside. That is why some people who don't save, the only thing that they have, those who are employed and pensionable, the only thing they can call theirs from their payslip is that pension money being deducted by the employer, and if the employer is matching the same, that is what they can call theirs. But from your payslip, how much you're receiving, what you can call yours is the saving, is how much you put aside for yourself. That money in your money market, you can call it mine. That money in your circle, you can call it mine. That insurance policy that you have, you can call it, this is my money, this is my wealth. In fact, when you're doing an evaluation of your net worth, part of it is the insurance policies. Part of it is not part of it. All your money that you've saved is part of that net worth. Okay? So what belongs to you in your salary is how much you set aside. And that is what will make a difference in the next 10 years. If I'm paid 100,000 and you're paid 300,000 and I'm setting aside 20k, which is 20% of my income, and you're setting aside 5,000, less than even 5% your income, then in the next 10 years, I am likely to be more wealthier than you, because how much I'm setting aside is more than you. If we are both earning 100,000 and I'm setting aside 10,000 and you're setting aside 20k, in the next 10 years, you'll be twice wealthier than me. So this is reason enough to be able to set aside something, because you're the one who toils too much. You're the one who works very hard for your money. You wake up early, you leave the office late, you work at night. If you're in business, hata ukienda nyumbani, you're still thinking about the business. How is it faring? Who has commented on my upload? Who has requested for what? You're the one going through all that emotional torture. So why then would you pay everyone else and forget about yourself? By everyone else, I mean other bills. Why then would you forget yourself and pay everyone else and forget yourself? So the fact that how much you set aside is what belongs to you is reason enough to decide, hey, I'm going to set aside 20% of my income. And I have told you on this same channel that I've talked about the 50, 30, 20 budgeting rule. And if you've not watched that video, please go back and watch it, and so that you know exactly how much I need to be saving. So that is another reason why you need to be saving something, or investing. Actually, in the country we are living in, you can't be saving. You need to allow your money work for you. Another reason you need to be investing is that you don't, like I had said earlier, you don't want to remain in the same financial position as you are in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, even in 10 years, in a decade or two. So what will help you be able to purchase that piece of land that you're looking for? Saving. Yeah, because you're in a circle, you're able to borrow money 3 times how much you've saved and acquire that piece of land. Because you have a money market, you can say, hii $500,000 acha kwanza nitoe sasa niende nikanunue shamba. Suppose you do not have either of them, you don't have a money market, you don't have a circle. Why would you be putting your money in the bank where it is not earning anything? We said money that should be in the bank is money you need between now and your next salary or your next income. More than that, withdraw it. Put it somewhere that is growing. You see, because you wanted to acquire an asset, this is when saving comes in handy. You want to build a home. You're in your 20s, you're just 25. Na unasema, by the time I'm leaving the youth bracket, I want to own a home. That's a whole decade. Take an insurance policy. Start putting aside 20K hapo so that you'll be given 3.4 million. Put aside 30,000. You receive 5 million in 10 years. Yes. After saving 0.6, you'll be able to have the rest of the money as interest, because the money is being used for reinvestment. Alright? This is now acquiring asset. The reason of you wanting to raise your net worth by acquiring asset, that is another reason why you need to be investing something at the moment. Which other reason do you think you need to be saving something? Please write it down below. You are just young, in your 22 years, 21, living with your parents. You want to move out. How are you going to move out without saving? You're in your 30s. I have a 30. She should be 35 years by this year. I think she's 35 or 36. Who yet has not taken saving seriously. Even if you're feeling in your heart like you're late because your younger friends are a bit younger, you're just making the situation worse by not starting at that moment. We say there's no better time to start, but every time we wish we started earlier. Today is the youngest you'll ever be, and the younger you are, the higher the return for any investment plan. When you're young, you have the advantage of time. When I'm in my 20s, and another person is in their 40s or 50s, I have higher chances because I have more time than that person. So these are just reasons I am outlining why you need to invest something. And if you're a man, if you're a lady, please put aside something. Sometimes people don't want to, if you're married or you intend to be married, sometimes a lot of marriage argument revolve around money. This is what most people will not tell you. People will just talk about infidelity. People will just talk about this did this did not do this. But a lot of marriages are being broken because of money. The word money. Something you can take care of right now that you're not married. Be financially stable. Have your financial freedom as a person, not as a husband, not as a father, not as a wife, not as a mother. As you, as me, as Mary. I need to have my financial stability, my financial freedom as me before being a mom, as me before being a daughter, before being a wife, before being a sister. I need to stand on my own so that if I want to make decisions about my life, if I want to decide, hey, today I want to go here, I'm not at the mercies of somebody. And being at the mercies of somebody for someone to be able to do that for you is having expectation. And when my expectations are not met, what happens to me? I get angry. Let's talk about reality for a moment. Yes, so those are few reasons why you need to be saving something. It is also a good reason to save something for the rainy day. What happens, God forbid, if your contract today ends today and it is not renewed? How long can you be able to sustain your lifestyle? That is where an emergency plan comes in, and money market works very well for that. So bad day, rainy day. Something else we failed to talk about, holidays. When did you last have a vacation as a person? When did you guys as a family last had a family holiday? This is a goal, by the way. Let me tell you, I have a client. We were talking about personal financial wellness, and we were talking about another reason you can take a savings plan, a second honeymoon. Yeah, I know you guys went to Mombasa, you went to Nyali for your honeymoon. How about a second honeymoon in England? If there's something to see there. In Malaysia, in Dubai, as a family now. As two of you. Yeah, that is another reason to put aside something. A reason to open your money market today is because in November, you want to go to that dream destination. So we have talked about so many reasons, but most of them are revolving around emergency planning. That's a reason for saving. Are revolving around holiday planning, school fees, or even tertiary education. This is something we should talk about kando. Kuna hii ya huko chini. Then there's tertiary. Revolving about home ownership. Revolving about retirement. This is something I've forgotten. I don't want to be a bother to my Leilani when I am in my 60s. So help me God. But even before God comes in, what structures do I have in place to make sure that I retire well? To make sure that, because you realize that those people who have liquidity upon retirement, they live a good life and they do not stress so much. Go to those people who don't have a single shilling and they are waiting for their children. You even die early for stress, out of stress, yani. So retirement is something else that you need to take care of as early as your first job. Even if you're 23, sweetheart, unless you want to die early, you will hit 70, and that time will come. So instead of waiting until you're 50 to be able to start planning for your retirement in only 10 years, and giving you so much pressure, because I have people who are in their 50s who are my client. They are rushing and saving all their money because they're going to retire in the next 9 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 11 years. How about you put something small because you're just 26? I'm talking to myself now. Put something small up to when I'll be 60. And I don't have to push myself so much. I'm smiling because I'm speaking to myself right now. As I'm preaching to you, I'm preaching to myself. If you're 30 year old and you retire at 60, you have 30 years to plan for another 30 years. Suppose God will give you up to 90, you have 30 years to plan for another 30 years. If you are 40, you have 2 decades to plan for 3 decades. If you're 50, you have got 1. Run for your life. Thank you so much for watching to this end. Maybe you're wondering, where then do I put this money? We've talked about different platforms. We've talked about money market. We've talked about circles. We've talked about insurance policies. Even bonds somewhere else for passive income that you can highly consider. Yes. So I'm available for a one-on-one conversation. Let's speak. Let's see how much you can put aside for what purpose, for what reason. If you've not watched the 50-30-20 budget rule, you need to go back to that video and see how much you need to be setting aside. Then now we can come down to action part. Don't dream for too long. Put it to action. All right? Sawa. Thank you so much, guys. I am always privileged. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Hey, see, I'm giving you good information. Please subscribe to this channel. Share this video. Comment. Tell me why you think it's important to save something. And where you're saving your money, you can also tell us. Yes, and share this video with a colleague and a sibling and a parent, for those parents who are working, and your relatives, of course. Share in your cousins group. Thank you so much, and have a good day.